Hello, and welcome back to the Gaming Guild. This is Alex playing some more V Rising. So last time we played, just kind of started out the game, got some of my first equipment, found a place to start building my castle. Um, it's daytime right now, so I'm kind of going to use the break to uh, expand my uh, foundation a little bit, get ready for the next nighttime where I can go out and start hunting some humans and yeah, hopefully find some good resources and strengthen myself up a bit. I do find it very peaceful during the day, just hearing that ambient sound of birds and the wind moving through the trees, things like that. It's pretty nice. I am going to steal a little, oh, not all of it, a little bit of blood from my castle, just so I can get this last piece down. That way I just feel like I have a solid foundation all the way around my castle heart. Refinement. So, the different things here, crafting, I need to get a simple workbench at some point, but to do so I need some planks. To get planks, I need a sawmill. Pretty much everything takes a little bit of something from the item before. So, for instance, sawmill, super easy to make. Just wood and stone. Takes quite a bit of wood, but that's not a problem. That's going to give me planks. Planks are going to let me build a simple workbench. Pretty reasonable. Well, that simple workbench is going to let me create better weapons with higher levels. Having higher levels is going to make it so I can mine copper ore, which is needed for a furnace. That's going to give me copper bars, or ingots, which, along with some whetstones, which are dropped from some human enemies, I can make a grinder to start turning just normal rocks and stone into like nice rocks for actually building castle walls and such. So it's all pretty linear progression through the game. So we're going to go in, turn what wood we have into planks, 20 pieces of wood, create one plank and one piece of sawdust. The sawdust I can use later for making paper, so that's a good thing to have later. But these planks, I'm only going to get, what, 8 of? No, not 8 of them. 20 of them right now, and I'm going to want a lot more. So I'm going to keep chopping down a few trees. Even as I go out away from my mist, I'm just going to use the shadow of the trees to kind of protect me until moon rises. A few more pieces of stone here to break. Some strategies for this, you kind of leave a lot of the, especially the bigger trees around your castle while you're still building, just because they do provide some good shade. But also, like you can kind of see, my sawmill is actually creating a shadow with the moon right now. Imagine this is sunlight instead of the moon. The shadow of this equipment here, even this brazier here, the little bit of shadow is enough to protect me, same like the castle heart. So, like I said in the last episode, the shadows are very forgiving in this game. Everything takes quite a bit of time. Again, this game really is designed for just being able to load up everything in your castle and then logging out for a few hours and letting everything work on the server while you're away. I can later speed up the process by 25% by having it within a castle room. I'll need to be able to unlock castle walls and floors to be able to do that. And then later, if I have a matching floor, so for this would be a workshop, I can lower the cost of materials. So instead of 20 wood, it would only cost 15 wood to create a single plank. It just makes my resources last a lot longer. So at 8 planks, gonna pick that up, grab some of this rugged hide that I have, and build a workbench. From there, we can take all of our equipment that we have, add more rugged hide for some reason, but just upgrade all of those. It immediately pulls them off of me, and then I can just click on them to equip them back on really quick. So yeah, for a few seconds there, I'm actually a lot lower level, just as all my equipment was off. But now I just went from level 10 to level 14. Weapons, I can upgrade those. I can't get the copper weapons yet. I'll need copper ingots for that. But for now, I just need 4 more planks, and then a little bit of stone and my original weapon, and I can get a more powerful weapon. Let's see, almost have 4 planks. And just like what I was saying with the sawmill, I can get these into a room and have a matching floor, and it'll actually lower the cost. So instead of 4 planks, I'll only need 3 planks. I'll need 96 stone, whatever that amount is. Things like this ring, um, just less blood roses, less plant fibers. The one will never be lowered, but that's just kind of a progression thing. Consume my bone ring to upgrade it to a blood rose ring. So I want to find some plant fibers and some blood roses. Do have plant fibers. I have 20 roses. I need 12 more. So I might go looking for that in a minute. Grab these 6 for now. Start by getting a reinforced bone mace. Now, the importance of this is now I am strong enough that I can break those copper ores, or copper pillars, as well as the gem pillars, I believe. Both of those should be able to break. And I'll switch to that. It recognizes that my level is over 15 now.
Yet another accomplishment.
So I complete that. And now that unlocked blood tracking. So this is the point of the game where I'm supposed to actually fight my first boss. I'm level 17. My first boss is level 16. So I should be strong enough to handle him. Even solo and not having any modifiers to make the game easier. I do know he does hang around pretty close. He just got done fighting a bunch of humans and is already dead. But he can't actually die. All the bosses go into this state where they're just paralyzed, ready for you to finish them off by absorbing their blood like that. So I just cheated.
To be sure.
Granted, the game did the cheating for me. There's a, I think, level 26 boss. I don't want to mess with her right now. She actually is very strong right now. Pretty dangerous. There's also a guy running around the forest called Tristan. He's actually a vampire hunter. That's just his name, Tristan the Vampire Hunter. Even when I'm done being in the woods, he's still a very difficult boss. You're actually supposed to come back here after upgrading a bit more in the next area of the game to come back and have your fight with him. If you see, don't need him anymore. And don't worry, I'll go back and fight him properly. All these guys are mysterious. Tristan, I think, is like Level 44. I think he's one of these guys. Just crazy high up there for being in this opening area. Oh yeah, and the stone golem's here. Let's see, is he following me? Is he gonna lose sight of me? Go away. There you go. I'm gonna drop off a little bit of blood. Let's see. Should have some more planks. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade my sword and my axes. I don't really need the sword to be higher level. I rarely use it as it is. But it's just nice to, kind of have some consistency with my weapons. I'll also throw what wood I have on me back in here. I'm going to throw bones into a brazier here. Have some items to put away. So really what I need next is 2 more blood roses. That will put me up to level 20, and then I'll feel a little bit more confident on taking on a lot of things. So I'm just going to do some loops around my castle here. Just see if I can find it. This is sulfur. I'm
Material is too strong.
too low of level to start working on that yet. I can start getting this copper. So when I see them, I'm going to be grabbing those just so that I start building up my resources of copper. Like I said, that is kind of the next thing in the progression. So I'm just keeping an eye out for that glowing red of a blood rose growing. These stone columns are pretty much like all the others, other than they'll almost always drop some gems. So that one actually had quite a bit. A couple emeralds, a topaz, and just some gem dust. Gems will be pretty useful later on for upgrading equipment. Let's see. Usually you can see blood roses pretty well at night because they'll have that red glow to them. It's pretty visible from a distance. Some more copper. Deer. Hey, the alpha wolf. Wait. Oh, nope, just 9%. For a second I thought that said 90%. I was gonna get really excited. So at the halfway point, the bosses tend to drop these health orbs now. This is kind of a recent addition, since when I used to play a lot before. It's just kind of nice, especially in solo, that I can just pick these up, get a little bit of my health back.
I feel stronger.
What's really nice about fighting that alpha wolf, and really all bosses, they do destroy everything in the immediate area. These big trees can't be destroyed, but all the small ones could. It just saved me a lot of time of cutting down. What ended up being about 793 wood. Maybe 790. I think I got a couple from this tree here. But yeah, that's a boss fight. Granted, the Alpha Wolf isn't too impressive. It's possible to encounter him. If you guys saw my last video, I was only level 10, kind of just wandering around, getting to my castle. And that's when he's actually dangerous. You run into him, he can do quite a bit of damage pretty fast, and you don't do too much to him. But now, I'm already level 17, so I'm above him in level. He doesn't really stand much of a chance. Granted, just being one level higher doesn't mean I'm going to beat a boss. But when the Alpha Wolf doesn't have a whole lot of abilities to his advantage, there's not a whole lot he can do. Well, I'd still love to find some blood roses, but I don't think I'm going to find any in this immediate area. It just takes a while for things to grow. So I'm going to head a little north. My blood's starting to get a little low. I like the movement speed bonus, but it's not a big bonus anyways. So I'm just going to opt to get some new blood. Fills up my gauge all the way. Fire blossoms. I'm also trying to get to the point where enemies are going to have types to them. So not just blood types, but actual skills and abilities. One of these guys is a trapper that throws a net, which is pretty annoying. And the other guy throws up a shield and can basically counter if I accidentally swing in his shield while it's up like that. I become stunned, which sucks a lot, because that just gives him a chance to get some free hits on me. That was most of the enemies in this camp. It's daytime, so I try to avoid being inside of the camp. It looks like there's only one guy left. Okay, that was a pillar. Give it a second to let my spell recharge. Okay, let's see. Nothing back there. Usually, a lot of camps have at least one chest, but some of these early ones, just luck of the draw, they might not have any chests or anything valuable to pick up. If I leave and come back, next day, 36 hours from now, if I come back at night, everything might reset. Enemies come back, the chance of chests, redrops. Some copper up here. A little bit unprotected, so I'm just going to sit behind it. So the copper pillar is actually giving me protection from the sun. Then as soon as it breaks, I need to get to cover. So right now I'm kind of hugging the edge of this cemetery here. Seeing if it gives me the location or not. Ooh. Level 26 spider. I want to avoid him right now. I could probably take him on since he's by himself, but you don't really get a whole lot. Now I'm checking these woodcutters. So woodcutters, they die very fast. Outside of the range of the spell. And their ability, their blood type is worker. Now, workers aren't that good. They don't really give me any damage bonus or anything like that. That guy was actually countering for his life. They're pretty pathetic. However, workers with a really high blood rate are actually something, especially in the early game here, that I really want to get some blood from. Their primary ability is that I get extra resources from resources that I gather. So if I go to chop down a tree, I'll actually get more wood than normal if I have their blood type. And just in this early part, that's pretty handy. Like, yeah, I could get some basic drops, bones, things like that, but you're 2%. Accidentally killed the guy I actually wanted. 9% isn't that much, but you know, the increased physical power isn't doing nearly as much benefit for me right now as just getting some extra resource gain. Let's see. Found a couple chests down there, some copper coins, some resource materials. You know, later I'll need a tannery to get leather, but I can kind of find it as a drop. See a chest down there. One of the bosses in here, I might be able to take him on now. I'd much rather do it once I get those blood roses. There is Tristan. Think he's gonna go over the bridge? Yep. Tristan is that, level 44 or something boss that I was telling you about. If he sees me, I'm just gonna have to run, and he chases me longer than anything else I've encountered in this game. He does not give up for a while. Luckily, I could probably go back up along that cliff face, lose him behind some objects. Shouldn't be too bad. But he'll just wander. I think his route is like a giant loop through the Farbane Woods, where all the other bosses have a pretty small area. Here's Rufus. He's one of the bosses, or V-Bloods, as they call him. And he just hangs out in this courtyard here. He never leaves it. I think if I got all the way out to this bridge, he'd just give up and head back. 20% rogue is decent. I don't really want to start the boss fight with Rufus yet. It'd be nice if I could just take out a couple of these smaller guys, get to this treasure chest over here. Some more copper coins, coarse thread. The copper coins I can use later. You actually have the ability to appear human and go to some merchants to trade with them. I was just checking the map the other day, and it looked like there might be a shady merchant now that might deal with me while I, am a vampire. So I'll have to check that out, see if I can, barter without appearing as a human. But there's still a lot to this game that I just don't know about. Looks like I'm gonna have to fight somebody here. Let's see, can I kill you without starting the boss fight? Probably not. I think he's gonna see me in about now. Oh? He is so blind. Okay. Let me go back over here. I'm gonna get these guys. So the dog over there. He is not doing a big circle. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. I have plenty of nighttime
Another
left.
assassin. Make it interesting this time.
I'll see if I can take him on. Of course, he uses a crossbow, so he tries to run away a lot.
Start running.
See, he did a whistle to summon some allies. No, that was not good. Well, I'm going to run from this fight. But before I do that, nice snipe. Okay, just steal a few items. And as long as Tristan didn't double back, I should be safe on my escape route. I think if I die, I keep my 3 main weapons, but I drop everything else in my inventory. I think I'll keep like my armor, my ring that I have on, anything that gave me levels. But you know, the rest of my inventory will all drop. Use up some of my blood to get a big chunk of health back. As long as I can get out of that red border on the screen, I know I'm pretty safe. You can just let natural healing do its work from there. Let's see. 47%, okay. Cool. Didn't pull him yet. So I'm going to use up more of this blood. My blood's going to be going down pretty quickly here. But it's all just to give my health back up. I could wait for the natural healing to occur, but this is going to be just as nice, as I always go up to being full on blood when I harvest somebody new. This 47% is going to give me quite a bit of abilities now. So my primary attack leeches life when I'm a brute, and I also just increased my primary attack speed and gained 1 gear level. So I am, let's pick that up, level 18 now. So 17 from my gear and 1 level from being a brute. And that just kind of gives me an all-around advantage on damage. Check under here. No. So this bandit camp is pretty small, so it doesn't have any treasure chests or anything most of the time. Every once in a while I'll get lucky, pass by, see that they have a chest, and just loot it really quick. So... Stone Golem was harvesting some resources for me. That was nice of him. I'll just come up here like usual. And he went back down already. So yeah, it can be a little dangerous having him that close, but it's not too bad for me to just get away from him. So now I have some wood. I could throw it all into the sawmill right now. But I'm going to use it to create a few more of these chests. Go like so. And I'll throw everything I have in there. Go ahead and pick up the planks. And now I can make a furnace. I'll put you right there. And that will just start turning copper ore into copper ingots. Kind of like with the sawmill, 20 copper ore go into 1 ingot. I can make this process faster, make it cheaper. Back here, I'm going to sort my resources a bit. So I actually take all of this. This far one, let's throw the gems in there. Let's throw coins in there. And the paper. Get you guys all sorted out there. Middle one, let's put our plants and our hearts and rats. That's pretty good. And then building materials. So I'm going to drop the clay, stone dust, leather, cloth, thread, and this other stuff. I'm actually going to use this for a little bit. So let's go back to this one. I'll just throw the axe in here for now. So this axe has a plus 50% to harvesting wood. So I actually collect wood a lot faster. Besides the fact that it's 1 point more in my gear level, I just get quite a bit more wood out of it. Dawn of a new day. Something I can make next is research desk. And I actually already have enough materials for it, so I'm going to go ahead and make that. Place it down. I'm gonna go up here, turn this back on. There we go. So research desk, as I find books, it's gonna look like this. They'll glow yellow or orange or something when they do drop in the world. So you'll see every once in a while I'll be in an area clearing it out, and they just unlock new recipes for things. All of my weapons, I'll be able to, once I get copper weapons, I'll be able to get blueprints for merciless copper weapons. You know, these are like, this is all level 2 gear right now. or tier 2, however you want to categorize it. A lot of this stuff is for the 4th tier. So I'll get 3rd tier just by having copper equipment.
Recognize my power.
So like these stuff, the copper weapons, Night Stalker armor, and then with the recipes, I'll have merciless copper weapons. I'll have the upgraded Night Stalker armor. So that's what a lot of that is, as well as structures for the castle. I think these are magic rings that I can get. And then consumables, these are some different potions that I can get. And I can just use paper and get a random technology for free. But I'd rather save my paper and wait till the end when there's just a book that I can't seem to find and I just want to use some paper to get it. A lot of the special recipe books like that are always found in the same location. If I'm going to a bandit camp and one of those drops, and I just keep on going back to that bandit camp, most of the time I'm going to find the same recipe, which I can always break down and turn back into paper and utilize that later. But the more I explore, the bigger my expanse of finding the different recipes. Alright, so after the furnace started making that, next thing is getting a grinder going. I need some whetstones. I do know of a bandit camp not too far away that does usually drop whetstones, and I think one visit to them should drop 4, which will be very handy right now. Let's see. Let's drop blood off in here for now. Let's see. Turn this off while I'm gone. Alright. Alpha Wolf is in there. Don't need to deal with him again. This takes up time. Now, I did get some copper. I could sit there and immediately use them, try to get a copper weapon. I don't really need that for this bandit camp. There is Tristan wandering around. I could run into him. There's Lydia, the Chaos Archer. There's some blood roses right there. Awesome. When I get back to my castle, I can make that ring. So yeah, this road here, both Tristan and Lydia like to walk down it. Tristan just on the road itself. Lydia will actually stop in at this base. Just do one small pass through and then keep going. There is a new enemy type here, the Deadeyes. They're pretty powerful archers. So he's going to be tough for me. I'm 7 levels below him. So let's start. I'm going to try to pull just the 2 of them. Get up into this shadow up here. And then with him dealt with, I can focus on the Deadeye. Like 1/5 of my health in one hit. There we go. Now, if that's the only Deadeye, Mugger. Oh, there's another Deadeye. Okay. So it looks like I have this group wandering. I'm going to let them get over here, and then I'll deal with those guys. Get some copper ore since it's right here. And let's pull one of you. Oh. Ooh, got a whetstone. That's the first one. Let's see, any chests in here? There are 2 chests in here. There's 2 more whetstones. Some paper. That's good. And 2 more whetstones. Nice. So I got all the whetstones I need for that grinder. It's definitely not going to hurt if I get some more. Especially if there's paper here. One nice thing with the map, you can zoom in here. I can hover over this encampment and it actually shows me whetstones is an important item drop here. So actually in the starting area, it's like, hey, this is the encampment to go to if you really need some whetstones. Great. Teamwork is the biggest problem against me right now. Alright. I think that should be almost everybody here. Break a few more of these things down. Some glass, that's good. Oh, one more. But I don't see a chest over there. There's no chest here. So I'm going to just leave. I got everything I could possibly want. I have 5 whetstones. I got those blood roses that I was hoping for. Picked up a crossbow. Not that I usually use a crossbow. I like using ranged spells, but crossbows are kind of slow for me. As much as in general I love crossbows and everything about them, this game they just kind of feel sluggish to me. I can switch to one to show, but you know, I actually stop moving, load it, fire, for not that much damage, where, you know, in the same amount of time I could get 3 swings in with a melee weapon. It's really more of a multiplayer weapon. I'm sure there's, you know, some people out there that solo with it all the time, but it's great when you have, you know, 4 people in a clan together, 2 people are running up with melee weapons, somebody's, you know, trying to keep the group supported with magic, and then you have somebody with a crossbow just, you know, shot after shot trying to snipe the enemy. So this compulsively count button, I'll just put anything that I have multiples of already in the chest, just straight into the chest. So like that. I'll throw that enchanted brew in there. Impulsive count. But I want the blood roses. That's good for now. I'll sort it in a second. Furnace. Drop off copper ore, pick up ingots. Drop off wood, pick up planks. Make a blood rose ring. And I have just enough ingots to make one copper weapon. I'm going to make the mace, just so that with this I can start harvesting sulfur. We passed one earlier, just that column of yellow that said I was too low of level to hit. I'll need to beat a particular boss before I can start using sulfur to like make refined sulfur or whatever it is. But I can at least start harvesting it now that I actually have a high enough weapon level. And plus, it's just a good solid weapon. It's actually high enough level that I unlock a weapon skill. So down here, these are my weapon skills. Primary attack is just swinging my weapon around. Q is now my first special attack. I don't have it with the axe or a sword because they're just too low of level, but my mace does. And it's this cool forward smash. Powerful, hits multiple enemies. And I can actually do some cool like somersaulting tricks. Like I flew kind of past the spot and then flipped around to hit directly behind me. I'll use that a lot in boss fights, just to keep myself alive. But I'm up to 24 gear level, 23 plus 1 from the brute, so that's pretty nice. Drop off some of these resources. Let's see. Mirror, I don't need. Or glass, I should say, not a mirror. For now, I'm just keeping my bones in here. Grab a few more copper ingots. And, yep, I can make a grinder. Now, finally, I can throw all my stone in here. I don't have the recipe for it yet, but later I can put bones in here and turn them into grave dust, which is a pretty special item to be used later on. But for right now, I'll just start making these stone bricks. And then bricks are basically what I make castles out of. So I'm going to be putting a lot of stone into here to make these bricks. And then as soon as I have a castle, I can start speeding up the process. As soon as I can get a workshop floor, I'll just immediately start working on that. So all of this is cheaper. The sawmill, one of the crafting tables. I don't have that crafting table yet, but once I have it, and then the grinder will all go into a workshop flooring so that they start being cheaper. I get more out of my resources. But yeah, that's going to be doing it for today. Just in what I've been playing today, throwing some blood in here. I have over 2 days worth of blood. I'm not going to run out anytime soon. Yeah, thanks for joining me. I will catch you guys in the next adventure. Bye bye, everyone.